Hi students, welcome back again. This is Sandeep sir. Now we are going to perform yet another screw gauge practical. In last practical we have seen how to measure diameter of a wire using screw gauge. Now we will see how to measure the thickness of this glass slab using screw gauge. Alright, first things first, important parts of this instrument. So here you can see stud, the immovable part. Then this is called as ratchet. Using this ratchet you can move the screw either forward or backward. This is U frame. Then you can see it has this scale, main scale, and it is calibrated up to 25 millimeter, and each division is of 1 millimeter. It has been mentioned here, you can see. Some screw gauges may be larger in size than this, others may be smaller than this in size, depending on the requirement. Here you have circular scale also. So you can see this is circular scale, and total number of divisions on this scale is 100. Okay. Now we will see how to calculate least count of this instrument before starting with the measurements. Now see here, we know that the general formula for least count of any instrument is smallest division on main scale upon total number of divisions on circular scale. So for screw gauge we know the smallest division on main scale is 1 millimeter, total number of divisions on circular scale is 100, and therefore the least count of the screw gauge is 0.01 millimeter. Now that's done. Remember, there are other methods as well to calculate least count of instruments. There are other perspectives to it. In this video, for the sake of compactness and for the sake of being on point, let us limit the LC discussion up to this only. Now this is a table which is already done. All the measurements will be in millimeter. The other unit that you may use could be centimeter. Okay, so we will be doing all these measurements in millimeter. Now start with the action part of this instrument. See here, this is a glass slab which is little bit heavier and thicker than the usual ones. So make sure when you are taking the reading, the glass slab is held steady. Okay, here it is. Now you can start moving the screw using the ratchet. You should not move the screw using this thimble or cap, because it is the ratchet only which produces clicking or creaking sound when there is just enough tightening. And that is an indication that you should stop tightening and take the reading immediately. So it avoids any undue pressure and also takes care of the accuracy. So move further. Yeah, sound is heard. Now you can see the measurement. Okay, to check the reading, it is advisable that you remove the glass slab out smoothly and carefully, and then focus on the reading. Right? So here the reading you can have C. So here the main scale reading is 19 and the circular scale reading is see, you need to check which circular scale division is matching or perfectly coinciding with the horizontal reference line. So here it's 57. Alright, so main scale reading is 19 and the circular scale reading is 57. Okay, now let us record the reading. This is 19, then this is 57 into least count, so it is 0.01 millimeter, so it is 0.57. Now add these two, 19 plus 0.57, that is equal to 19.57 millimeter. Okay, this is first reading. Go for second one. Now one more time, try different positions of the glass slab because we are calculating the average thickness of this. So try this position now and see, first let there be some enough space, okay, then try it. Yes, start tightening. Yeah, so this is just enough tightening. Now you can remove this glass slab and then see the reading. For circular scale, see, main scale you can easily check, but when you are checking circular scale, let me tell this to you. This is the horizontal reference line and you need to check which division on circular scale is perfectly coinciding with the horizontal reference line. That is your circular scale reading. Sometimes you may not get perfect coincidence, then you should go for the division on circular scale which is almost coinciding with the horizontal reference line. Alright, so that is how you should approach it. Now let us check the reading. So let us use a magnifying glass. In laboratory this may not be always available with every student, so most of the times you have to check the reading with the naked eyes only. Now let us see. The main scale reading is 19 and the circular scale reading is it's 58. Alright, so let us record this reading. Second one, 19 and this is 58 into least count, so it is 0.58. Then add these two values to get the total reading. Is 19.58 millimeter. The second reading. Now take one more reading. 3 readings would suffice, and finally you can calculate the average. Yeah, so this time, okay, let us try this side and try various positions. Now we have We have tried 3 different positions. This is third one. Now tighten it till the sound is heard. Okay. Now smoothly remove this and see the reading. Main scale and the circular scale. See. Here the main scale reading is again 19. Remember, the 20th division is hidden. Okay, so actual reading is 19 only. That's main scale. And what is the circular scale reading? So I can see it's 48. Alright, so main scale reading 19 and circular scale reading is 48. Let's record that. This is 19, this is 48 into 0.01, so which makes it 0.48. Then add these two values. So we have these 3 readings with us now. Let us calculate the average diameter. Average thickness. So here the average thickness is equal to first thickness plus the second thickness plus third divided by number of readings taken. Let me calculate that one. 19.57 plus 19.58 plus 19.48. Okay, so when all these 3 values are added, okay, let me write them again. T1 is this, T2 and T3. So this addition comes out to be 58.63. It's now divided by 3. So I am doing that 58.63 divided by 3. So it will give you 19.543, where 3 is recurring. Alright, so 19.543. Of course the unit is millimeter. So this is the average thickness of this slab, average thickness. Now this is your result. Again, there is a concept of zero error. See, if there is some zero error in the instrument, then the corrections are to be applied to this result, and then we decide upon the final result. Okay, but this instrument has nil zero error, so this is the final result itself. I have discussed the concept of zero error of an instrument in the last video of screw gauge, so you can check out that video. Now for your reference, you can also have a look at this towards the end of this instrument, towards the end of this experiment. See, this is the diagram and its main parts are labeled here. So you can pause the video here and see the diagram. Then secondly, you can also use the same instrument to measure the thickness of a wooden wooden slab like this, or this is a thin wooden sheet rather. We can also use to measure the thickness of this battery, okay, accurately and conveniently. Those are the advantages of screw gauge. So with this we would like to conclude. In the next video we will see how to use vernier calipers to measure diameter of a metallic ball. So that's it, student. Thank you.